G'day, this is Charlie, and I'm coming to you today from my locals community with your daily dose of business inspiration. Come on over and join me at askcharlieleetham.locals.com. You can join the community for free. You can read all of this content. You can become a supporter and interact with the content, comment on it, create your own conversations, access supporter only content. And of course, you will help me keep creating content like this, like my podcasts and like my tutorials. Today, I want to talk about topic number 155, building confidence as a leader. So, we've been talking a lot about self confidence and leadership and all of those things, but it's one of the most difficult things, I think, for a new leader or someone who is even as is an existing leader to actually have confidence in themselves. And, that most of us, some of us it does, but most of us, it doesn't occur naturally. It's something that we have to build. We have to build that belief in ourselves and we have to build the belief in others that we can do it. So let's have a chat about how we can build that confidence in ourselves to begin with, and maybe how that then pans out to others in being a leader. So why do we need the confidence in being a leader or in effective leadership? Why? Yeah, I'm sure you all have your thoughts on it, but we need to have confidence in ourselves so that we can establish trust and credibility with others. We need to be able to project that we can do this, that we are reliable, that we are trustworthy. We need to be able to do that so that our team members feel that we've got their back, that they can do their job, and we're going to be good for them to help them out. It definitely fosters a positive work environment, as I'm sure you're all aware. Working with a leader who doesn't quite know what they're doing or is a little bit, well, not even just a little bit unsure, but I've worked with some pretty bad leaders. I wouldn't even call them leaders because they're just not. They're managers at best. But working with someone who has that sense of confidence in themselves, not arrogance, but confidence, makes it really motivating to work with them. And then, of course, it helps us handle challenges, doesn't it? We're better equipped because we've got confidence in ourselves. We know we've made the right decision, or we know we've made the right decision with the information that we had at the time or the situation as it occurred. So we've got that confidence in ourselves that we've done the right thing. And therefore, when a challenge comes up, we're not going to back out. Well, we might, but it's unusual that we're going to back up and go, oh, well, maybe we should have done that differently. And I didn't know if I'm doing it right or not. So that's why it's important to have confidence and why it builds effective leadership. But how do you get there? Like, how do you start? Most of us start off as new leaders going, we're really not sure. And some people have natural leadership skills. I'm in awe of those. I certainly have to work at it. Um, so the first thing we need to do is set ourselves achievable goals. And everything I'm going to talk about here, I am pretty certain I have spoken about before in other podcasts as well. We need to set achievable goals. Set small, realistic goals that we can gradually work our way up to, so that we can gradually work our way up to larger ones. With each success, it builds our own confidence and demonstrates our capabilities, not only to ourselves, but to others. Seek feedback and learn. Now, this is one of the most difficult things, I think. My notes here say seek constructive feedback and learn from it. Sometimes that feedback, whilst it's meant to be constructive, can feel pretty personal, and it can feel a lot like negative criticism. And sometimes, and I hate to say it, sometimes we just got to drink some concrete and harden up and listen to what's being said, because there are going to be some uncomfortable truths shared when you get that feedback. Now, that feedback is going to help you understand what your strengths are and what areas you have for improvement. And that's going to help you grow and become more confident in your abilities. Yeah, it's that to me, seeking feedback and having someone say, you didn't do that real well. And I'm like, I thought I did that really well. I've had situations like that. Invest in continuous learning. It's really important. You don't just get to, okay, I'm a great tech, I don't need to do anything more. And I am referring to myself here. I am always learning new things. AI's come out. Yeah, that's thrown me on my backside looking at that going, "Oh, it's just something else I've got to learn." But you know what? I'm jumping into it. Boots and all, actually. I'm quite enjoying it. But it's continuous learning. You've got to stay informed and knowledgeable within your field. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean you need to be out there in the mud playing with it, but you've got to keep abreast of it. You've got to understand what your guys are going to be coming to, your guys and girls are going to be coming to you and telling you. So the more you know, the more confident you have in your decisions and your leadership abilities. Like workshops, courses, reading, podcasts. In this day and age, podcasts are so helpful. There's any number of podcasts you can subscribe to. They have guests on, a lot of them will have guests on that talk about different areas of expertise, different areas within that your field of knowledge, and you can pick up so much information, even if you don't learn it all from there, and even if you don't. 9 times out of 10, sorry, I had to think about how I wanted to say that. 9 times out of 10, what it's going to tell you is something that you don't know enough about, and then you know that you can go and look up and start to get into it. So invest in continuous learning. Practice self reflection. So, regularly sit down and honestly and openly look at your experiences and your achievements and your failures. You've got to look at them all. Don't dwell on them. Don't sit there and go, "Oh, I could have done that better," or but you need to look at it, you need to acknowledge what your progress is, you need to remind yourself of past successes. That's going to build a strong foundation for self-belief. But by also looking at your failures, you're going to be able to say, "Okay, there's an area for improvement right there." So there's some tips for building self-confidence in yourself as a leader. How then do you take that to inspire confidence in others? Well, empowering and delegating. A good leader doesn't think they need to do it all. A good leader will look at who's on their team, what the team members' strengths are, what their weaknesses are. They will talk to that team member and say, "Hey, listen, I've got this thing coming up. Do you want to have a go at it? Or I think you're the right person for this. Have a go at this and let me know how you go." So, by empowering and delegating, you are showing to your team members that you not only have confidence in yourself, but you have confidence in them as well. Definitely recognize and celebrate achievements as managers. And I say I use the term managers a little disparagingly, and I don't, it's not entirely true, but managers as opposed to leaders don't often recognize and celebrate achievements. Yes, that job was done good. Let's move on. L- Leaders recognize and celebrate the achievements. Publicly acknowledge when someone's done something really good, or not even if they've done something really good. Publicly acknowledge when people are doing well. Celebrate the successes and contribute and contributions for your own team. This is going to make your team feel like they are really valued and wanted. Provide support and encouragement. That sort of goes hand in hand with this recognize and celebrate achievements and empowering and delegating. You don't just drop a job on someone and say, "Hey, I think you can do this, go do it." Make sure that you're following up with them. Say, "Hey, not all the time and don't micromanage it, but hey, how you going? Do you need anything? Can I help you with anything?" Go through those processes with them. And when you see them working on something, you see they might be having a bit of a challenge. Say, "I think you're doing a really good job here." Watch them brighten up and watch them get out to do the job and put more effort into the job you've given them. And then finally, lead by example. I can't stress that one enough. Demonstrate your confidence in yourself and your team through your actions and decision making process. Be consistent, be transparent, have integrity. This is going to inspire your team to follow your example and mirror those qualities. Now, that's so I'm just sort of thinking here and trying to get myself back to a point of, because I'm really into this, as you can see. I'm just trying to get myself back into where we're at. What do you guys think? I mean, have you had good leaders? Do you think you're a good leader? Where can you improve on your leadership skills? What is it you've done really well as a leader? What is it that you know from one of the people that you used to work for slash with who was a good leader? What were the qualities that you really admired in them? What in yeah, you really admired in them. What is it that they did that made you feel like you wanted to follow them to the ends of the earth and back? And that's what a leader is about, right? You want them to follow you to the ends of the earth and back. Whether we get leaders like that is another matter. So what is it that they had? What is it that you have? What is it you think you need to improve? Uh, have I said anything incorrect here that you want to have a discussion on and we can talk it out, talk it through? Come across to Locals, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's share our own experiences and knowledge on it and see how we can inspire each other and help each other to be better leaders within our own businesses. As always, please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop more content. Please leave reviews if you can, good and bad, they are extremely helpful. And if this video wasn't for you today, or you know someone that would benefit from it, maybe share this video with them as well. And I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks, guys.